Hey, I'm Primitive Tim, and right now I'm standing on kind of a historical area, and I found some artifacts and things. They're not real special, but artifacts nonetheless. Alright, so I just found this little piece of rock here that's sticking up through the dirt, and I'm gonna have to dig it out. So I found this in the woods earlier, so I'm just gonna use this to try and, oh, there we go, awesome. So this piece has obviously been worked with antler tools, and oh, this is good, this is really good. It's so cool to find a rock like this that someone, a Native American hundreds of years ago, he had his antler that came off a deer like this guy, and he was just like popping it with that antler, taking off flakes, trying to make arrowheads just like I am today. And so this is really neat. I'm gonna try and make an arrowhead out of this, but we'll see what happens. I really hope I can. To be able to work with something that someone else has worked with for 1,000 years ago, and working with the same material, with the same tools, I mean, that's just cool. Now, I do have some Native American ancestry in my blood. However, it's not a lot. It's like 1/16 or something, Cherokee, I think. So I'm mostly European, I'm mostly just a white guy. But I feel like that small percentage has come through and has ignited an interest in these sort of things. So, man, this is really neat to be able to go out and find stuff like this. All right, let's make an arrowhead out of it. So I'm gonna try and drive some flakes off of this piece right here, and it's got a kind of a rough exterior here, so I'm gonna try and get that off as well, and then hopefully make an arrowhead out of that. That would be really cool to get an arrowhead out of a piece of rock that someone else has worked with within the last 1,000 years or so. Here we go. This is the flake I wanted, right here. Now, even though it's really oddly shaped and stuff, it could still easily make an arrowhead. And this one will probably have to be a little bit small, but this is the flake right here that I wanted to make. Oh man, that would have been such a good one. So this is what flaked off, and then it broke right here. So that's unfortunate. But I could still probably make an edge out of this. You'll see right along this edge is really sharp. Now, just to give you an idea just how sharp this flint flake is, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my callus, and you'll be able to see just how easily it slices through that hardened skin right here on the palm of my hand. I mean, it slices right through it, and you can see just how deep that little cut is. No! Ah! I broke it in half. I had a good thing going with this, and I broke it in half. So, looks like a bird point it is. But I have two pieces, so I can make 2 bird points out of this. And don't forget, I still have this piece, which I took off earlier. So, all hope is not lost for making an arrowhead out of this piece of rock and then hunting with it later. So, not all hope is lost. But apparently I'm really good at breaking things in half. How does that even happen? It's just, I'm hitting on it and then breaks in half. Oh, there's like a little mineral deposit there in the center of it, so maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe I just am really good at breaking things in half. Alright, back to the knee. All right, so out of that whole rock, this is what I got. This would be considered a bird point, I guess. But I'm still learning how to flint knap, and whew, that's a pointy little. That's pointy. If I was a little squirrel, I wouldn't like that. Yeah. So that's what I got. Now, I still have this piece left, so hopefully I can get something a little more substantial out of it, but you never know. Well, thanks for joining me on this episode where we just checked out some cool rocks, how we could just chip away and find something totally unique beneath that rock, and just to find a chunk of rock that you could tell had been worked on. Flakes had been taken off of that chunk of rock by Native Americans and with antler tools, so it was really cool to see how they had bopped off some of those chips there and left that rock here, and it's just been sitting here for possibly hundreds of years. So I came along, picked that rock up, and made an arrowhead out of that rock. So that was really cool to share that connection with some ancestors. And until next time, try to find a new way to appreciate nature. Deerhead says, subscribe.